girl. Hey, dear listeners, we
I
have
have already not been
traversed.
having a good day today. I have not had a good day today, and then to have all this mess happen too.
We
No.
just traversed the valley of death, and here we are, dear listeners. Here we are.
Mm-mm.
Maim, and I are doing some things, and it's been complicated, but we are so happy to have this come out after Christmas. Um,
Like Avril Lavigne complicated. Like Avril Lavigne complicated.
Avril Lavigne complicated?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay, I was like, for some reason, Alien Bruglia is who came by. I'm like, no, that's Torn. That's
Lord.
Torn. Girl.
I mean, that was complicated too. So
It's true. But you sound and look great right now. Let me just tell
thank you. Thank you.
I mean, as great as you sound and as good as you look, but you're really living. You're living your
Yes.
your.
Yes.
What was the woman's name from Sesame Street?
Which one? There were lots of those.
The Hispanic one with all the hair.
Maria?
Maria, you're living your Maria dream right now.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Considering the nightmare that has been this day so far, I'll take it.
You want to live in America. Everything's free in America. For us, Buffy in America.
Yeah, because I'm going to steal it. Mm-hmm.
So, girl, what's new with you? What's new? Remember, this is dated because this will come out after the holiday season. Currently, our dear listeners are listening to what multiple things right now that we've had come out. So,
I thought you were gonna say "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree" by Brenda Lee.
Speaking of, girl, my husband found a Christmas song.
Okay.
That the premise is that her husband had to go to work and was coming home, and he was on a bus. There's a bus crash, and he's presumed dead. And like, she goes through, what am I going to do with all these kids? Like, it is a song. I will find the name of it for you.
What are you talking about?
Bus crash Christmas song. It is Linda Bennett, Old Fashioned Christmas.
Okay.
I need you to listen. It's called The World's Worst Christmas Song. It is 4 minutes and 18 seconds of madness. Like,
come on, Linda Bennett.
Absolute madness, girl.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So what's been going on with you though? What has been going on with you? Future you, because we're in the future.
Just holidays, celebrating.
We should wish the dear listeners Happy New Year, because by this point it should be Happy New Year for them. Happy New Year, and listeners.
Is it gonna be New Year by then?
Yes, girl. Yes, this one's coming out in the new year.
Happy New Year, y'all! Happy New Year! Happy New Year, babies! I hope you have your ham and your black eyed peas and your collard greens and your cornbread. Make sure to have that. Auntie's orders. Make sure for a prosperous 2024 you have them foods, okay?
Dear listeners, that's a thing that Southerners do. That they have pork and beans and greens for wealth and good luck in the new year.
Not just beans, they gotta be black eyed peas.
They gotta be black eyed peas because they are the world's grossest bean. I
love black eyed peas.
Oh, they're so gross. They are. I like the firmer legumes. I don't like the powdery ones, like the black eyed peas, lima beans, field peas.
See, I don't like lima beans, but the other ones I love.
Butter beans. Now I can eat a raw butter bean or lima bean.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you tapping your desk?
I don't know. Am I?
Yes, because
my hands are right here.
Or well, what about with your feetses? because you can't
Oh, it's possible. I mean,
because
it's possible.
your camera's having a little mild seizure, girl.
Oh, it's like an earthquake.
It's
Okay.
it's like I feel the earth move under your feet, so stop it.
Girl, that's just anxiety. That's just anxiety, honey. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing supernatural. It's just my anxiety levels.
Girl,
They've already spiked today from all this.
why are you anxious? This ain't nothing but a chicken wing. What's the
Google,
worst?
that's my genetic code. That's in my gene pool. That ain't got nothing to do with the events of today. That's all the time.
What's the worst that could happen? We don't get something out again?
I mean, you being a woman of science, you know how anxiety as a biological response works when people have anxiety problems, right?
Girl,
you gotta know that.
You know I am a person of science, and I do have mild anxiety every once in a while, and I understand that. However, I am the world's least empathetic person, so I sometimes just...
Oh, I know.
So I just
know.
sometimes go to directly to just move on. It's very frustrating to my husband because...
Oh, I'm sure, because we have some similarities when it comes to anxieties.
He will sometimes just be wanting to feel bad, and I'm like, why? Just who cares? Like, just move on with your life. Like, it's fine. It'll all be okay, or it won't. Those are the two options, and we ain't got any choice in it. Dancing through life. I don't remember the rest of the song.
Girl, that's all people remember anyway.
Oh, God, girl.
What's your New Year's resolution?
Girl.
What's your resolution for the New Year?
Girl, I don't believe in those. Well, the thing is, because you shouldn't wait to a new year to try to fix yourself. I have so many things wrong that I should be fixing it, like...
Mm-hmm.
My house is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I got bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got all this. I should probably get back to church every once in a while.
This sounds like a Mary J. Blige song.
I got bills to pay.
There you go.
I got problems coming my way. And Lord knows I gotta get back to them pews. 'Cause I got a new attitude. Sorry.
Yes, new attitude part 2. Back to the pews.
Back to the pews. Girl,
yes.
Speaking of pew, did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
That's right. Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
No.
What? That's right. We have You Slay Me, our Murder, She Wrote podcast, and Over the Moon, which, dear listeners, you get to see us in the lightest of drag.
Lightest of drag.
Some of us lighter than others. Which, dear listeners, you will see this week. Well, you'll see in the past this week. Whatever. But you get a early release in video of this.
Yes, early release. Kind of like a premature release.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yeah.
Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
You love a good 5-star review.
I do, Maim. I love a good 5-star review. It really gets me going. It just it gives me the tingles. It gets me, feeling away.
Okay.
And
feeling away.
It gets me, it just gets me. It gets me, man. It's fashion. It's fashion. It's fashion.
What's happening?
It's are you not familiar with that?
No, I was familiar. I wasn't sure how many times you're going to do that for.
About 17. This is season 5, episode 9, A Class Act.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, Class. Oh, I love that movie. You remember that movie, that Kid Play movie, Class Act?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh, I saw that in Washington D.C. with my cousin.
Which cousin?
You never met her. It's the one in D.C. You never actually met her before. She still lives there. She works for the government now.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
So we start off with a returned curtain rod.
Oh.
And Julia and Mary Jo are tired of this person returning curtain rods. And Anthony is expecting a package in the mail. He's expecting some contracts, girl.
What kind of contracts?
Well, we learn mid-season, season 5, Anthony is now officially a sugar baker.
Stop. They adopted him?
No, he joined the business.
Oh.
Moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up.
Oh, moving on up.
Girl, I don't know if you know this. Whenever you get really high like that, you
Yeah.
blow your microphone out. It doesn't know what to do with your voice, so it just blanks you out.
It and everybody else.
It's true.
That's what happens at karaoke as well. They're
People-
like, wait, what just happened?
People just faint. They're like, oh!
It's like, what? Yeah, they have big moments sometimes. They're like, is that a guy? Because they shouldn't be singing like that. So whatever.
Well, Suzanne doesn't remember it. She just thought they were entering in that Ed McMahon sweepstakes. Dear
Were they
listeners,
not allowed to say Publishers Clearinghouse?
no. So Ed McMahon was not on Publishers Clearinghouse.
Oh,
That is a one of the what are they called? Mandela effect things.
interesting.
Yes.
So, but he used to do one of those things, though, right? Where they show up at your house with money. He
Ed
had one of
McMahon.
those deals, also.
Sweepstakes.
I remember those commercials.
He was the hold on here. Ed McMahon proof. Yeah, it's a Mandela effect.
So who was the guy that shows up at the house with a check? I thought that was Ed McMahon.
Claim entertainment. Ed McMahon was. Here are several reasons why we think that.
Okay.
He was never the word publishers. Excuse me, the American households. Oh, because he did commercials for American Family Publishers, not Publishers Clearinghouse.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
The veil of dishonesty has been lifted from my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no wonder he never showed up with a check.
never appeared in any of the commercials. Yeah, he did, like, of them delivering the checks, but he did appear in talking about people winning $10 million.
That's wild.
Yep.
Our whole childhood's a lie. It's a lie.
I mean, I have a man with a beard and a dress tell me that my childhood's a lie. I'll take it.
If not me, who? If not me, who?
You know what? You know who you look like right now?
Oh no, I'm so scared.
A brown version of Dolly in Straight Talk.
Oh my, straight talk, straight talk. Yes. I loved her hair in that movie. I loved it.
So
Oh,
we find
Dolly.
out Suzanne voted against Anthony joining because it just didn't look right for 4 white women and a black ex-convict to be working at a design firm, to which Anthony said, I was going to, but all the watermelon farms, tap dancing schools were plumb out of needing money or something like that.
That was one of his best lines.
It
in a
really
long
was.
time.
I was like, shit.
All true though.
It
all
was.
True.
It was.
All tea, all shade.
So we find out that Suzanne has the contracts.
What?
She had nail polish that ran through them. Like
Oh,
she's testing out her
Lord.
nail polish on the envelope, and it ran straight through the contracts. And dear listeners, if you don't remember manila envelopes from the 80s, they didn't have that lovely plastic lining that would protect everything.
And this is why, because of this episode, they realized that they had a manufacturer defect. We're gonna say that. That's a new truth.
Charlene's waiting for mail too. I'm just ignoring me. Charlene's
loved
waiting
it.
for mail too.
Oh,
There
where's
we go.
Mill One? Sorry, I've been listening to a lot of Dungeons and Daddies, and it's just nonstop with this.
What is
so
Dungeons and Daddies?
It's a Dungeons and Dragons playthrough, but the characters are all dads that got zapped into another dimension. It's one of the funnier Dungeons and Dragon playthrough podcasts I've listened to before. So shout out to those dudes if any of them were to ever come across any of our podcasts. I love it.
Are they daddies or daddies?
No. They're just regular dads. In fact, the actual complete title of the show is Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast. It's the complete name. But then after a while, so a couple of things happened. And it said sometimes not a BDSM podcast because a couple of the characters got involved in some things during the playthrough. I enjoy it.
Okay.
It's a nerd, I guess. Whatever. Not for everybody. I get it.
Have you ever played D&D?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have some friends here that do like a whole like thing for it. Like I've tried it once or twice, and I had fun, but it's like commitment. There's too much commitment, and it takes a lot of time. So I don't really have that level of additional commitment time. I hate you right now. I hate you. That face you're making.
I know
That I can see in HD now makes it much worse.
Well, tell me how you really feel about my face. So Charlene was sitting with her in-laws, and they were talking about how they went to all these great schools, and she went to the Tri-Creek Secretary School.
Okay.
And they kind of looked down on her, but she's applied to Claritin, which is an allergy medication and not a real school. But she applied and like it's a very exclusive school, very difficult to get into. It sounds like Emory to me.
Oh,
They probably couldn't
okay.
say Emory.
Yes.
But she wants to study either psych or Spanish, psychology, because she's always been interested in people's minds, and Spanish because she always want to know what Bricky was screaming at Lucy.
I really actually like that line. I thought that was a pretty funny line.
Well, Julia and Mary Jo tried to talk her down a little bit, like, well, it's good job. It's a very difficult school to get into, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I miss no. And Suzanne's like, they just think we're stupid. That's why they don't think you can get in.
which was true.
Yeah, I,
It was true.
yeah.
It was-
I probably made the wrong choice of school to go to first.
I don't think that you made the wrong choice of school to go through. I think
I
that
did.
really
Yes.
because you just hated it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely hated it. And I tried. So I don't know how much I told you about my first roommate in college.
Oh, I knew about your first roommate.
Yeah, he was gross. I asked the
Yeah.
dean to change, and he was like, no, just sort of, stick with it for a year. I'm like, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I fed into my depression even more. I should have gone to Davidson.
But you know what? All that fed into how you are now.
All that, this is all that. Oh, all that, this is all that. This is all that.
Yeah, my first roommate wasn't great either, actually. But he left halfway through.
Mine was hot. Like he was hot.
Mine wasn't hot. I never actually saw your first roommate, but my first roommate, he left halfway through. And I was lucky that they didn't give me another roommate. So I had the second part of my freshman year to myself.
Hold on
So
here.
that
Let's
was
see.
nice.
I'm seeing if I can find him.
Oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
Is he like some sort of like politician now or something? I can imagine from those moneyed Wake Forest people.
He last I looked, I believe he's vice president at Wells Fargo.
Makes sense. There you go. Of course. That's what happens.
Yeah, it is. Let's see here, Wake Forest. I doubt I'll be able to find pictures of him. No, he's now. Is this him? Yeah, it's him. God. Ugh, God, he looks like such a tool. He's now at Bancorp. Let's see if I can. Can you see the image?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Now, when I went to school with him, his muscles had muscles had muscles.
I'm sure he was an athlete. I mean, right? Like
not a bodybuilder. Like that was his bodybuilder for sex.
oh, okay,
One of
gotcha,
those. Yeah.
gotcha. Those ones that we used to remember that were like, oh, it's almost spring break time, and they suddenly get crazy in the gym again. Yes, understood.
Yes. So there's a little discussion about tables, about which one people like for this redesign, and Julia and Suzanne are on one side, Charlene and Mary Jo are on the other, and Julia asks Suzanne to get Anthony to make it to be a tiebreaker. Anthony, Julia wants you.
So ratchet. So ratchet.
Well, the mail's here.
Mail's here. Okay, is it good mail?
Well, Charlene gets a letter,
Okay.
but she's too nervous to open it, girl.
Oh no.
So Suzanne reads it for her and is like, yeah, you got in.
Yeah, yay.
And Mary Jo and Julia are gagged and gooped.
They are actually.
Yes. They look like they have been slimed. I believe that there's a Mark Summers biopic coming, or is it a musical? Is it a musical or is it
It's a musical.
Yeah.
About Mark Summers. Yes. I'm very excited.
I wonder if it addresses his
I think that's I think it's like going to be about that stuff.
because he had to leave the set while they were actually running through obsessive compulsive disorder. That's what it is. He had to actually leave the set while they were running through the obstacle course because it got too messy. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very weird. Now he has all those food shows on.
And they're good. I love those shows. His little like snacks and Yeah,
Oh, okay, they're okay.
but I like finding out that stuff though. I like histories of stuff like that.
Girl, you just like candy.
I do love candy, but I like all sorts of history. Like even if it's silly history like that, that's like all of it.
Just like history, just things in the past that happened, and facts and things and past.
Like, there's that show. What's it called? I don't know if you ever watch it. How Did This Get Made? I would sit there for hours watching that show.
Yes, girl. That's why they have that show, because it's mind numbing.
I love it. I love it.
Girl, people have been asking that about this podcast too, and no,
well, yeah,
it's free to do. Well, was.
It's just soothing content. It's soothing.
Are
content.
we soothing? Are either of our voices soothing?
It's soothsaying content. Soothsaying content.
Studio content.
Aww, all I got to say, studio.
So that's a good question for you. Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel?
Oh no, don't make me choose.
Oh, it's easy. That's an easy choice.
You're gonna say Peter Gabriel.
I'm gonna say Peter Gabriel.
I really loved Phil Collins when I was a kid. Like, I loved him. I loved Phil Collins. I loved his solo stuff. I loved when he started doing acting for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved him a lot.
Okay.
I love Peter Gabriel too, but yeah. I mean, I have to say, this is just because of me. I have to give it to Phil, because my number one favorite 80s song is Easy Lover. So I have to give it to him, because that's, like, I haven't had friends that bought it for me one year for my birthday on a 45 vinyl, because I love that song so much. So, but I love Peter Gabriel too.
Which one is coming to the air tonight? Is that's
Phil.
That's Phil? Okay. Yeah. Then I like that song.
I think too, another thing, this is like actually kind of tied into mood lighting. Phil Collins was played on so many of the TV shows that I sat and watched with my mom back when they used to play more pop music on the TV shows, that like he was essentially the soundtrack for Miami Vice. They played Phil Collins stuff all the time. And so yeah, I don't know. I just associate him with like a very large, like, fun chunk of my life.
Oh, but In Your Eyes is better.
Oh, nothing's better than that.
Okay, yeah, that's what makes Peter Gabriel for me. In your eyes, the light, the heat. In your eyes, I am complete. In your eyes, I see the future. Uh-huh.
My favorite Peter Gabriel song is Steam. Steam was my favorite Peter Gabriel song. Give me steam and how to feel to make it real. I just liked how it was like he never is that aggressive. And I was like, this is kind of cool. The video was cool. Yeah.
Well, now we're at Claritin.
Claritin. I just took a Claritin earlier today.
And we're in the psych lab, girl.
Okay.
And apparently in psych lab, you have to wear lab coats.
I've heard that before in a couple of schools. That is, yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. I've just heard that before.
Did you take psychology and you
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh. What were your because you were a liberal arts person, you didn't have to take the electives to just get them over with.
I had to take electives, but I just did biology stuff again, because that's
I took because I had to take liberal arts electives because all the sciences, they want you to have a few things. Mine were all sociology.
We had to do our electives on our side. We had to do the science. We still had to do sciences, so I had to do biology, and we had to do language. So I did more French, and I think we had to do history, but I can't remember now. There was some kind of history level, but we didn't have to do 4 years of it. It was just a couple.
Yeah, I tested out of German, so I didn't have to take it.
Well, of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Well, wait. No, because it's state school.
I tested out of French. I tested out of French 1.
Well, but wait. At state schools, they accepted 4 years of high school Didn't you take 4 years of French?
I didn't. I took 3 years of French.
Oh, you should have done that 4th year, girl. You wouldn't have had to do it.
That's a story for another day. We'll talk about that a different day.
Bonsoir.
There's a story that goes with
I'm
it.
sure there is. I'm sure there is. Well, we meet Wes Nessman, Dr. Newhouse.
Oh my gosh, where are the turkeys?
This is the second time that Wes Nessman's been here. We may remember him from a previous episode where he was the disgusting old man, and now he gets to play another one. Isn't that exciting?
It's like he was born to play a disgusting old man.
So he's got a toothbrush behind the ear, and he's like, oh God, what'd I do with my pencil?
Quirky.
So there's an experiment that they're getting ready to do, and like, it's an Oreo experiment. Basically, you tell the person not to eat Oreos. They end up eating the Oreos. And one of them is like, one of the students is really explaining the experiment. He's like, yeah, you could say that, but that's really boring.
That one was giving off family vibes too.
Yeah, he was. So Dr. Newman is really checking Charlene out. He's like, you're very tall.
But she is.
And so we look at the Oreo person, and did you recognize the Oreo person?
No.
It's Adam Goldberg.
No.
Yep.
Oh.
This is his first like acting credit.
I have to go back and rewatch now. That's so funny.
He looks like his face is a lot smaller than it is now.
That's
like,
probably why I didn't even register.
It's much smaller. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Where did we start?
I think it was 7th grade.
It's about right. No, probably 8th. 7th was we didn't see each other in 7th grade much.
Was it not 7th?
No.
I thought we had.
No, we didn't.
It was 8th grade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
8th grade is when we started having AG together.
Yeah, because I wasn't in your AG English class and you weren't in my advanced math class.
That's when we started our comedy career. It's our 8th grade year.
God.
Make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh.
Something familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone. Comedy tonight. Oh, God. Make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh. You know,
that's how I got through school, honey. That's how I got through
do you
school.
know the story behind that scene?
No.
Like you're familiar, of course, Dancing in the Rain. You're singing in the rain. He had to go to the hospital directly after that. Yes.
What?
Yeah, he injured himself. Yes, like he made it through, and then had to go to the hospital. And also, he smoked so much in real life, like so much. It's an amazing scene that he can do that. Like that shit is not easy to do.
I mean, when you go back and watch like old like 1940s, 1950s Hollywood musicals, and you think to yourself, almost everyone here was a smoker.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. And it wasn't like they were smoking like nice filtered cigarettes either. Like these are like old school cigarettes. What's a filter? What's that?
And apparently, What's His Doodle is a horrible person to work with.
Which one?
What's his name? Gene Kelly.
Bing. Gene Kelly. Oh yeah, Gene Kelly had like some serious what do you call it, control freak stuff going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And what did he direct the choreography for Barbara in Hello Dolly?
I don't know.
Hold on here, because I think
one year we should do Mims and Maims White Christmas.
He directed her in that, and he wanted her skirt higher up so people could see her feet, and she said absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, no, because for dancing, he was very big in showing feet. Like
his feet, yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I'm like, ugh,
yeah,
not for Barbara.
No, no, like she's Barbara fucking Streisand.
We have to do a Barbara movie one year for the holidays.
The mirror has two faces.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, God. I think that and Hello, Dolly are really the only two Barbara movies I've ever seen.
What?
I've never seen What's Up, Doc. I've never seen Yentl. I've never seen...
Alan the Pussycat, even?
No. What? Girl, why are you throwing out one of the lesser ones? Like, why you got...
She got Oscar nominated for that. Sorry.
Goldie Hawn got an Oscar for that one movie that nobody saw. So, what?
That movie was really good.
How many people saw it? 10? 20?
It was very popular at the time.
Okay. How many people our age have seen it?
Okay, you could say that about almost everything from the past at this point. Because our demographic doesn't know that anything exists before 1987.
How many people saw the movie that Pia Zadora won her Golden Globe for?
Well, nobody. That's why they had to buy it.
I bet you saw the movie.
Including the critics. Nobody saw it.
I bet you saw the movie.
I've never seen that movie, actually. Never. Nope. If TCM didn't show it, I probably didn't see it.
Well, Dr. Newhouse offers Charlene a research assistant job. And he says that she's got much better legs than Gordon.
She should have known something was up right then.
Well, some people are oblivious to that sort of thing, Maim. And that was me calling you out on that, not adding your name in for emphasis. I was just calling you out on that. Sometimes people actually flirt with you, Maim. I don't know if you know that or not. Like that one when we were in Florida, when I came down this last time, there was that one dude outside the bar. He was flirting really hard with you. Yeah.
I did not remember this.
Oh yeah, you mistake people being nice for flirting. Yeah, you do. And I could tell you, but I don't know if you would just brush it off as like, no, they weren't doing that. What are you talking about?
That was the best thing. That was the best impression of me you've ever done. Oh my God. I hate you so much right now because that was uncomfortably accurate.
And the thing is, I know when people are trying to have sex with people because I've tried to have sex with people before.
You don't say. What?
Oh, God. Yeah, but for sex's sake. Like, I've tried to have sex with people for sex's sake.
Yes.
Yeah. Thing that I don't know if our Gen Z patrons or people do. I don't know if I don't think they have a lot of the extramarital.
My understanding is that Gen Z doesn't do a lot of sexual activity like at all. Like they're just not big into it. It's just,
Girl, I gotta get my comeuppance every once in a while.
Lord, that's the biblical reference of it, honey.
I'd be meaner than I am now.
That scares me a lot, actually.
So we're at Sugar Baker's.
Okay.
And we find out that the doctor tests conversational distancing a lot. Like he did it once. We saw him do it earlier, like 9 inches. That's how far apart we are right now. And we also find out that his research is in human sexuality.
Ooh.
Girl, it's just human nature. And
It's
I'm not
human
sorry.
nature. You're not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not your bitch. Don't put your shit on me.
Yeah.
I love her.
I do too.
I don't care. I still love her.
Well, she calls him Elliot, and apparently they're on a first-name basis now.
Whoa, that's weird.
And Mary Jo and Julia agree to answer some of the questions for science.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Charlene puts on her fake glasses, and she gets ready to ask them some questions, and Suzanne calls her a big blonde Harry Kissinger in drag. Yup.
It's true.
So, the first question is to Julia. Could you describe your sexual fantasies? No. Maim, could you describe your sexual fantasies to all of the patrons out there? You don't need to. You don't need to.
All I could say is, I don't even know.
I'm not going to because I have a very vivid imagination and we don't have the time.
I don't know. It's whatever.
Do you ever just think about sex?
Not really. I mean, we've always kind of joked about that, but the reality is like, yeah, I'm actually not a big, like, my brain's never been. I always thought it was interesting because, you know, we used to hear all those facts and things when we were younger, and they would talk about guys and how they think about certain things and all of that. And I was like, that's weird. Like, I feel like something's off because I don't think about sex every 7 seconds and all of those types of things. But I don't know. I still think maybe I'm a little bit off.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You could be just a little Demi. That's fine. What?
Like Demi Moore?
No, demisexual girl. Demisexual, not Demi.
Don't get me excited. Stop.
Girl.
Have you seen it? She's got to be in that new TV show on FX, the Capote, the next Ryan Murphy versus thingy or whatever they're called. It's like Truman Capote versus.
Are you that big of a Demi Moore fan?
I loved her in the 80s, in the 90s. I really did love her.
And
like
today,
I mean, she doesn't do anything that much now, but I did really like her back then.
Okay, I always thought she was okay. Like, I mean, she's an okay actress. I watched the one where she shaved her head. Yeah, it was very controversial yet brave.
It was super controversial and brave. Yes.
Yes. Good job, girl. You still weren't a lesbian in the movie, but you did, shave your head. Good job.
I think if that was remade now, she'd be a lesbian.
G.I. Jane, that's what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a movie I watched. Yeah, autoplayed to Vegas. Then,
appropriate.
Then the person next to me wanted to put on their favorite movie, which was a movie I still have not seen, Love Actually.
You've not seen Love Actually?
People either have that reaction or, oh, yeah, don't watch it.
I know it's not because it's like a profoundly amazing movie. It's more just because like it is a very good British movie and we both love British stuff. So it's more like
How about
that.
this? I've seen every scene or most of the scenes with Emma Thompson and where she's just acting the shit out of the scene. I've seen that.
You've seen all you need to.
That is the other part that people say.
You've done that. It's fine. You've done it all now. It's fine.
Oh God.
So you have seen you've seen Love Actually.
Yeah. So the next question is to Mary Jo. When was the first time you had intercourse?
Mary Jo lost her intercourse on her wedding night.
On her wedding night. I lost mine a little bit before my wedding night.
I bet that wasn't when Ted lost his.
I remember the first time I lost my intercourse.
First time you lost your intercourse.
That was oh Lord, how old was I? I was 21. I'm not counting oral. Oral's not sex, thanks Bill Clinton. I was 21. And the Catholic Church also defines oral as mutual masturbation, just throwing that out there. So 2 for 2 there.
How old was I?
I think I was 21.
I was at least.
And it was I remember when it happened, he said, oh God. If you feel like gosh shit, let me know so we can get you to the bathroom real fast.
How romantic.
The romance was dead.
Oh, it's palpable. Oh my God.
I was like, I was just trying to get it over with. Like to say that I'd done it. Because at that stage, I was like, I should probably.
You were just trying to get it over with.
I should have known I was a side back then. I wish that side had been a thing. Right.
Oh heavens! Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Dear listeners, yeah.
I just love you're like, I just want to get her over.
That should, maybe that's why our stand-up tour should be called Demi Inside.
When we become a famous DJ duo, that's
Demi
definitely
Inside.
Yeah, that's it, right?
But we're gonna be one of those
the
DJs.
turntables.
Oh, girl, we are gonna be those kind of DJs. We're just gonna hit play on like an old CD.
Oh, like Trixie Mattel.
Except ours is gonna be like, wow, 1990.
Yeah, literally.
This is what they call dance, 1990.
Here's Snap. Rhythm is the dancer.
And then it's going to be us singing, Rhythm is a dancer, it's a soul companion.
Literally singing it badly and drunkenly. You're welcome, America.
It's what
you're
wanted.
Welcome, you're welcome, Europe. You're welcome,
It's
Europe.
what you wanted. It's what you wanted. Two aged drag queens coming in on hover rounds, singing the dance hits of the mid-90s at you, not
They
to
love
you,
us in
at
Germany.
you.
They love us.
Oh, God.
The Germans love us.
You know who would probably eat that shit up right? The Japanese.
Oh my God, you're right.
Kawaii!
With our aesthetic too. Oh my God, they would be eating
What
it up.
aesthetic?
We have an aesthetic. An esthetician. I don't know.
Oh, God. So, Suzanne is then asked what parts of her body does she consider erogenous zones? And she's
Ooh.
like, never signed up for this, and I do not know what that word even means. Girl, you tapping your foot again. We're shaking. There we go. That's better. That's
Earthquake, honey.
That's.
Earthquake.
I mean, you could tap the ground. Just don't tap the desk.
It's fine, girl. It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Fine.
Are we good? Are we persevering?
It's just energy. It's just, you know how this works. You've known me my whole life. You understand.
Well,
You have sat in front of me in class. So you remember I used to do that also in class.
Mary Jo
Mm-hmm.
thinks that Elliot's a creep, and Charlene is insulted. And
Because she knows he's a creep.
she's basically, they go through all the times she was wrong and naive. And Charlene's like, just because we're studying human genitalia, orgasm, premature ejaculation, you think there's something wrong with it. Let's get Anthony's opinion. And he, uncomfortable with his own sexuality at the time, says absolutely not.
I'm like, that's the last person you should be asking this question to.
He ain't ever prematurely done nothing.
No, honey, no. He prematurely walked away a couple of times, I'm sure.
So someone later on at the college, girl.
Okay, all right.
And Charlene's showing the doctor how to get to his room.
Oh.
And we find out that Charlene's kind of, uncomfortable with the questions, but she's also giggling about them internally. And we find out that the doctor's afraid of people.
Oh.
Even ones that need people. And they are the luckiest people in the world.
It's kind of unusual now that I think about it, but I mean, basically they were coding this doctor as autistic. I mean,
Girl, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
I was like, are we doing this? We're doing this. We're doing
Yes, we're doing it and doing it and doing it. You got to reapply for the next.
Yeah, girl.
What brand is that?
L'Oreal.
Oh, cheap. Mine's Trixie Martell.
Well, this is just a gloss.
You're just a gloss.
Yeah. Oop. I mean, it's like, I mean, you know what though? I will say, for people that like to put gloss over a matte lipstick, it's the L'Oreal or this brand is actually quite good.
I actually itchy. There was one I found that was fantastic, but I got too much dark colored lipstick in there and it got turned real gross real fast. Like, nah. Yeah. So Suzanne and Mary Jo are there and they're looking around for Charlene, and it's Suzanne's feeding time. And she's like, you know what? You are taking me to Chez Jacques and you are paying Mary Jo because you drug my ass here.
They love a fancy French restaurant. They bring this up a lot.
I'm not the biggest fan of French food.
I like it okay.
It's okay. Like I've had French food in France, but I've also had, other French food. It's all just okay.
Yeah. Like when I was in France, I remember I loved their baked goods, but like when I went out to dinner, it was just like, I mean, it's fine.
So I've got a question for you. As when you go to other countries,
yes.
Do you go on tours? Are you a tour person or not?
I'm a open world tour. I'm like an open world person. I guess go places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy those. I'm not opposed to tours. I've not really ever been on like.
We when I travel with my husband, that's one thing that we are sort of, we travel very well together because neither one of us like tours. The only time we ever did a tour was at like a gorge in Taiwan because we wouldn't have known what the fuck to do there, right? Like,
was it gorge?
It was, yes. Like if we had done the tour guide was a crazy Dutch person. If we had done the full tour, there was a ledge that I would have had to. Girl, it was just chains and it was vertical, and you had to like climb up. I was like, "There's no way." They took us to. We had to illegally cross the street at one point to this tiny weird shrine that was built into a mountain. It was super cool. Like it was amazing.
Okay.
That kind of tour. But like a bus tour, unless it's real hot in a city and I just need to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you and I finally do New York City, we are going to go on the bus tour.
Girl, yes.
And just be on the top screaming obscenities at everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Throwing things, like all of it.
Have you seen Pretend It's a City?
No.
The Martin Scorsese and what's her doodle? Fran Lebowitz thing?
No.
Girl. It is.
What's that on? What is that on?
I think it's on Netflix. It's like 8 episodes of Martin Scorsese laughing at Fran Lebowitz. It's great.
That sounds like heaven to me. That sounds literally like heaven to me. So,
like it is fan-fucking-tastic.
I love both of those people, so I'm definitely in.
Yeah. And then, if you ever... Recently, the Met had one of their paintings finished, and they let her in to just look at it. It's on YouTube. Just Google that. It's great. I think it's called Pretend It's a Painting or Pretend It's a Museum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything you just told me, I'm very excited about.
So the doctor and Charlene are bonding over Oreos. The doctor had a dream that they were friends, and he falls face first into her breasts. He was hoping they could have sex because in his dream they were the kind of friends who had sex. I've had those kind of friends before.
Sex friends. Sex friends, a friend till the end, and in your in and in your out.
In your out. Girl, ain't nobody putting anything in my pee-pee hole.
I don't know. I am
not into sounding.
I just was inspired. That's all.
Have you ever tried sounding? You don't have to answer that.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely. The concept alone feels terrifying.
Yeah, I have some metal chopsticks. And every once in a while, I'm like, these look like sounding rods. But that is as far as these look like they are sounding rods, and that's it.
Like sometimes when I go to Leatherworks and they have like the whole kits and things like that, I'll be honest, I'm fascinated because I'll look at it and I'm just like, how? Because they have like the the stages, and I'm just like, how does a person even?
I've watched it.
It's just interesting. I mean, it is interesting to me, but I just physically,
no,
no, thank you.
No,
thank you.
To quote Seinfeld, not that there's anything wrong with it.
No, have fun, boys. Have fun.
As long as you're safe and consenting, do what you want.
Yeah, have fun. Just not
well, Charlene reads him.
Oh, she does, honey. Down the house.
Boots. Mary Jo and Suzanne show up, and Mary Jo apologized to Charlene because looking at him, there's absolutely no way he'd ever be interested in sex. And Charlene's like, he just made a pass at me. I knew it. I knew he was a creep. But Charlene has the situation under control.
Yes.
The doctor promises to behave normally and asks for pointers on social intercourse, which Suzanne gets upset by the use of that language, pulls out her gun, and says, my God, if you don't treat her right, I'm going to take care of you. And he's like, why didn't you tell me she had a firearm fetish? And Charlene's like, we all have problems.
Yes.
And Suzanne's like, now let's eat. And she gets ready to go. Charlene says, don't let it happen again. The doctor invites himself to dinner. Charlene's like, no, the number one thing, and I agree with this. This is the number one piece of advice to anybody out there. Don't invite yourself to dinner.
Yeah.
Then she comes back and takes some dinner, and the audience claps. Do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia Wild?
Not many outfits really jumped out at me this time, I felt like.
I have two that I love.
Which ones were the ones you loved?
Absolutely adore Charlene's little schoolgirl outfit. I think it is adorable. And the dress she's wearing in the psych exam, that tan that goes to black with the triangle, I love both of them.
Actually, you know what? Yes. I think if I had to pick one, it would be that second one. I think I was too distracted by the lab coats, just like you were, that I was just like, why? I wasn't paying close enough attention because I was like, why are they wearing lab coats?
Yeah.
But you're right. That was actually a very modern style dress.
It was.
She doesn't normally wear stuff like that.
Yeah. The colors were still a little 80s, but they are dressing her much better now.
They are. Like I said, she must have had it in her contract. She must be tired of like looking like a dang.
I mean, Suzanne is too. Like Suzanne, dear listeners, right now we're seeing Suzanne. She's losing weight. She had an eating disorder at this point.
Yes.
So things aren't going well for Delta Burke, but she is producing good.
Persevering, honey. She's persevering.
She's only got 10 more episodes or whatever. 14 more episodes. Good Lord. Maim, did you like this episode?
I did. It was fun. That dude, I realize he's a problem, but also he's pretty funny. He's all right.
I don't. I like it, but at the same time, Charlene they should have changed the ending. Well, nowadays the ending would have been changed. It would have been a no, I'm done here, sir. Like, I understand you're trying.
Oh, yeah. This would have been a different episode now.
Or it could be, I see you're trying. I can no longer be your research assistant, but I will try to help you and talk to you about things or something, right? There would be a consequence for him. There definitely would not be going out to dinner.
So here's the problem with this particular thing is I think that we're watching the episode, but we're also forgetting that this is like a beloved actor. So
that's true.
Even though everything he did was awful, we have to look at it like that. Les Nessman is so, oh my gosh, that guy's crazy. So at the end, it's like he doesn't even have consequences because it was Les Nessman. So even there, it was like Charlene's like, wink, wink, ha ha ha, come on, we'll go to dinner. So, you know, I get it, but I don't get it, but I get it.
Hey, babe, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Oh, sure. Hi, dear listeners. It's me, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can find me hosting Amazing Classic Karaoke every Thursday night at the Kill Your Idol in Miami Beach. You can find me performing improv with Villain Theater in Miami. And you can find me as a host and commentator on the It's Happening Out show. More about all of those links at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divinest Mims. You can find me online at thedivinestmims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know we have Patreon?
What?
That's right. If you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw somebody. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. We have You Slay Me, our Murder, She Wrote podcast, and we have Over the Moon, our moonlighting podcast, which, if you become patron, you can see us in the lightest of drag.
The lightest of drag.
Some of us lighter than others.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
anyway. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
What?
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what I love?
Oh my gosh, you love a good 5-star review.
I do love a good 5-star review. Dear listeners, if you love us, if you like us, leave us a 5-star review. It means a lot to us.
So much to us.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that our dear listeners can reach out to us and communicate?
Say, I didn't know that.
That's
What?
right. Dear listeners, you can send us an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com or a text at 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
We love you. Jace.
Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Good, because we're already over an hour. Say goodnight, Maim.
Ooh, good night, babe.
Bye, y'all.